Hello, hello everybody. It's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. Oh, excuse me while I get myself situated. I make things from old things. I generally junk journal and slow stitch. Today we are going to make covered paper clips. And I haven't got an example, but going to make one really quickly. So what I do have is my little kit that I've sort of developed for myself. Let me find myself a loose one and then I'll explain what we do. So you have a paper clip and you have a piece of paper. Fold your piece of paper like that. Pop your paper clip in and then you're going to glue the paper on the shortest end of the paper clip. Just glue. Use a strong glue. I suppose you could get away with PVA. It would take a long time to dry, but that would be fine if you sort of batch make one day and then turn it over. Add glue all over your clip. And then smush that all in. And you want it all to adhere really well. And that's your base for your covered paper clip. I'm just going to have a wooden peg. This is my covered paper clip kit that I've just sort of developed in my little craft store in my craft room that I have. So I'm just going to use the peg, put that to one side just to help that to adhere, but I've got ones that are already glued because, you know, it's like Blue Peter. There we go. Let's make a quick and easy one first time. So you want big pieces for like a really easy simple one. I've stamped this butterfly for 2 big pieces. They'll kind of roughly correspond to one another and it won't matter that much because it's going over a journal page. But what I do is to just give them a little bit more substance is I back them onto card, onto sort of like thin chipboard. And the thin chipboard I use is cereal packet because, you know, it's free. It's abundant if you eat cereal. We're still a bit of a processed food house. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to snip my paper down to size. I'm going to even take some of the edges off. And just glue it on, and it is really, once you've sort of got yourself a little kit of stuff, it's that easy. So this is one side, hold it down until it grabs. Would have been better if I'd got my hot glue gun out, wouldn't it? I'll use the peg for the next bit. That's one end. Is it grabbing? It will grab enough in the middle. Let's put some of this on. Maybe more haste, less speed, but there we go. The peg back. Wooden clothes pegs are really handy just for holding things together while you're gluing them. I've even got some larger paper clips that I'm just going to use to hold things down. If I can untangle them. It'll just hold the glue down while it's going off. There we go. But that is one basically done. Okay, so the next one, my favourite stamp because these are like just stamped images. My favourite stamp that I own is this one, closely followed up by this one. And they're both from an Anna Griffiths pack that I got scissors and sewing items, all very Victorian-esque, in a stamp kit donkeys years ago. So I can't, unfortunately, tell you where to go and get this, but I can say you can do it without this. I'm just going to use this because I really like it. I have some swaps and happy mails to do, so that's what these covered paper clips are going to be. So I'm just going to do one of these for now. So it can just be very simply the bulldog clip, but I like it to have a little bit more to it. And we have specimen cards. In fact, we might just make one with specimen. So this is a Tim Holtz stamp, and this is a great alternative if you don't have like the bulldog clip to use like a label. Where's my scissors? These are lovely scissors that were given to me by my husband's grandma when we went to meet her in Cape Town. And they're supposed to be embroidery snips, but they were dull when I got them, so I thought, oh, they'll go into my papercraft stash. Okay, so we have that and that. And if you want to make it a little bit more elaborate, you could use scraps of your ephemera. So I've got some real old letters, and I think that that would be good to have. And then I have here and here, like I've got an old stamp with Queenie on and a butterfly, so that would work. And perhaps a little sprig. These are all just from my little scraps thing. Or perhaps we might start with that. Have that overlapping a little bit, have the stamp underneath, and have the butterfly there. Okay, so that's one side. Work from the top down. I've had a busy day at work. I'm trying to not go off the edge because I know the green this bit is the edge of the camera. I've had a busy day at work, but it's been alright. It's not been a bad day. I've had lots of calls. Appointments. Start with just the edge of that stamp. Is it Queenie or is it? Well, it must be Queenie because there wouldn't be anybody else. It just looks a bit like Lady Di. You wouldn't put Lady Di on a stamp, would you? Okay, so how were we having that? We're having it like that a little bit, weren't we? So let's... I just think they're really nice to do. They're nice to put in Happy Mail because they're a little bit substantial. I'm going to make some advent calendars. One will be a giveaway. So for the giveaway, I'd like you to watch the video, subscribe, like and comment the video, and then for every video that you do that, you will be sort of given one entry into the competition to win a luxury, because I think it is quite a luxury to have something that's completely handmade junk journal advent calendar in time for the beginning of December. And it's open to wherever in the world. So that might be a bit of a challenge. Put our little bit of paper on. To glue a bit down here. Our old letter. These will be, not these particular ones, but I will make some of these as part of the like individual pieces in that advent calendar. So that's going to be quite a long one. So I need something that's equally as long at the back, but it doesn't have to be the same thing, because I was reaching for something that's the same thing. It could be a ticket. Could be something off my snippet roll. It's looking a bit dog-eared because it ended up in my scrap box. But I think that's part of its charm, really. Is there anything on here? Oh, I quite like that. Is that too wide? Having things like snippet rolls like this are just so useful. They just are just so useful. We'll have a session making snippet rolls, because I was just looking in my big scrap box and I thought I've got loads of bits and pieces at the bottom of this box. And my snippet roll's looking a bit dog-eared and needs using up and then remaking. So let's fix this up. Yeah. So that needs to go on another specimen card. I think it's important that you sort of match things up. Roughly anyway, match them up. So you can see my snippet rolls are made with receipts. I kind of save my supermarket receipts and then just use them as a base to create like a really long snippet roll. Okay, so now we've got two pieces that are roughly similar. Let's get we've got like a big wider base. Yeah, that'll do. Let's put that one on there because that's a bit more substantial. Yeah. I've got my other glue pot that's got glue in it. It's definitely this glue. The glue that I'm using is Collall, but it's the same as Fabri-Tac or the 3 or 5 in 1 glue. It's just like a European version of that, and it's much cheaper. I get like a big, is it 2 litre? It's a 2 litre bottle for like £20, which is very reasonable. And it takes me more than a year to go through a bottle, so yeah. I should have used my hot glue gun though, because that would have been quicker. But I'm new to all this, I mean, it's probably grabbing just fine. I just want to make sure that in my haste to do these things, it is actually working. I can feel this is grabbing. But while that's just giving it a bit of a glue, let's get this one out. And then you can see how, it's a big piece and then you'll, how it works, so that it's working as a paper clip. It's holding that together. That would be nice on the corner of a page in a journal, on the top of you know, as a note, holding several notes together. They're just really nice things, and they feel like they've got a bit of substance to them. So we just want this little narrow bit now. And I think that this is like an easy project. And they can be as big or as small as you want. They don't have to be this big. I think I'm making them this big so that they'll look nice in the Happy Mail. But also so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's just put that peg in there. That'll hold it. Yeah, that glue's not spreading, is it? It's not spreading over. Nope. There, so that's one that doesn't have this sort of shape, but I do like this shape, so we are going to make one. This will go sort of right up. That's one of the reasons I like it. It kind of goes right up the paper clip. Let's put something on that to hold that down while we make our mind up about what we're going to have on it. So we've had can I do want to use the specimen again? I could use one of these tickets. They're not delicate things. They are going to add bulk to a journal, but you're not going to put lots of them in. I mean, in a journal I would typically use one of these, really. I'm trying to think where have I used one. I think I've taken that journal downstairs, but I would use it to clip something in. Now I'm thinking we can make some sort of autumnal got another one of them. I might even turn them upside down so the numbers are upside down but they are at the bottom. Oh, I do like a butterfly, sort of as a specimen. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's mount our butterfly. I like that. Do we want to do the same on the reverse? Something different. Or a different butterfly. What about a blue one? Or I do like the numbers at the bottom because I don't want to cover the numbers up. Yeah, that's alright. I can cover those letters up with a label. See if I can get this glue working, which I should be able to. So these again are stamped images that I've backed onto cereal packet just to make them a little bit more substantial. You don't have to, for building up this bit, I wouldn't necessarily say that that's really important or necessary. I just think that it works well in this instance, but it does bulk it up. I don't want the word daddy on it. It's a bit childish. So the butterflies are napkins that have been processed, sort of backed onto book page and then cut out to make like my own sort of butterfly elements that are immensely useful. I got the butterflies from the napkins from Tesco. Let's do that again, turn it that way. So it'll either be tomorrow or Thursday when I'll be packing up my first of the 2 Happy Mails that I'll be sending out to various people. One's a contact through Instagram, and another one is from a swap in a Facebook group that I'm in. Okay, now where did I put it here. Let's do this one. Doing this one? Yeah, it's got a bit of paper. Yeah, let's do it that way. This is a strong glue. Once it grabs on and it's bonded, it's a really strong glue. It's just doing the bonding bit. There we go. It's a bit fiddly because I'm just trying to make sure you see it. So we'll leave that there and we'll do this one. And then we'll glue that one to there. So we want just the edge. Just the edge. Let that sit there while we undo this one. Do the test. Just so that you can see that it becomes a paper clip. That is useful. Yeah, I like using the snippet roll to do it. We'll do more of them. Yeah, that's safe to put on there now. As will that be. So now we're measuring it up. I should have done It doesn't really matter this wise. This is the most important thing to measure up. It's not going to be perfect because this is not symmetrical, but it still makes like a nice little bulldog effect without having the massive bulk of a bulldog clip in your journal. I'm sure there'll be a stamp, there'll be the equivalent stamp. I bet Tim Holtz has got a set that's got something like this, because it's just really useful. Okay. That to glue together. Should we do another one? Now then, we've done the, I don't feel the need to do the little one because we've done that kind of thing. Let's do another label one, because this is probably the stuff that you have. Let's do a long, you could just do like a long and thin one. Oh yeah, I like the idea of that. What have we got here? That's long and thin. Don't want to have, there we go. Trim it down a bit. Just glued on well. Yeah, I've still got, because I'm gonna stick some bits on the bottom of it, make it really. You can make these like, you can make them Christmassy and put them on a string of ribbon, and then you would have like a Christmas card holder or an advent calendar if you wanted to do like a ribbon advent calendar. I'll show you what our advent calendar is going to be like in a moment. It's not a string one, it's actually in a book, so you'll be able to stand it up. I want to glue that on there so that we can glue our bits on. Yeah, I want the numbers at the top. Let's see, what shall we have? Well, that snippet roll up, that looked really good. Don't want that lady's head to be ripped off. I do like the idea of that. Again, you'll have to do a little bit of repair. Well, you might, your snippet rolls might be excellently constructed. So that's got a bit of antique letter in it, which is nice. So that to one side, let that go off a bit. So we need another, perfectly practical, we need another sort of interesting long thin bit. You can kind of see how I've made my snippet rolls. They're not, you know, like they are made out of just my scraps really. And they do get snipped into at various places. This is always the bit that takes the longest time. Oh, I've got another bit with one of those bees. Do we keep with the bee? Why not? don't think I do. No. Let's have it like that. I think I might have it like that. Yeah, and have the bee going the other way. Because the bird eggs are nice, but I think the bee's more interesting. So the bee, and I think even the bird eggs, are from the Graphics Fairy that I've printed out for a project, and then I've had leftover bits and they've ended up in my scrap box. It's become a very long covered paper clip. That's nice. That's nice. I think this might be our last one, because we would have made a lot then. Don't know how long I've been here. I've got a hungry child. So this one apart now. Put that one together. So yeah, I think for the advent calendar I might do that as an early one, so that you've got something to hang your Christmas cards on. That would be nice to do. I'm also going to be putting some advent calendars in an Etsy shop that I'm going to launch soon, because my husband is right, I need to get rid of some of the stuff I have in the house. So I collect lots and lots and lots of things in the wild to make junk journals with, and I make junk journals from things that are not single use. The most single use thing I would buy is a napkin, and I get more than one use out of the whole thing actually, because I use the discardy bit. Right, so this is our bulldog clip. Acting as a paper clip. You can see how it goes right up, which I don't mind actually, because bulldog clips are a little bit like that. Or you can just keep it so it's that way as well. It doesn't matter. You could do a little bit of trimming, because there is enough in it to do that, so that it becomes a little bit more coherent. And I would only really do it with the top bits. I don't think you need to do it with these bits. Just with the top bits to make it a little bit more. Like that's the thing. There we go. So shall we gather our bits together that we've made? Let's put these in here now. Clear the decks. Where's that long ticket? Oh, that'll do. So here's our, still not quite dry this one, but you can see it works as a paper clip. Oh, there's my long bit. So get your stamps, get your scraps, Get that pot of paper clips you said you'd do something with, but you've not. A cereal packet, bit of glue, covered paper clips. There we go. Now let me get my advent calendar. So this is what we're going to make the advent calendar for the giveaway. And then I have a few of these big books, bigger size books. I've got 5 of these that I will be putting in the Etsy shop. So this is the book. It's from 1895. And we will start soon, when I can get my head around what to do to cover that and not destroy it. We will start putting this together, but they will be like videos that will be out in my, as I'm posting daily at the moment. So the idea is that there will be a journal in this as well, and that you will have, and the journal will be like the 25th, so it's actually every day, because normally advent calendars stop at 24, but this will run right up to the 25th, and you'll get a little Christmas present in it as well. And there will be bits that you can sort of take off, and there'll be a label on the present so you can stick that back over so it won't, you know, make a mess of the book. And the idea is you will be able to sort of stand it. It's quite a nice size to do it, really. Sort of stand it somewhere, like, you know, you get those luxury advent calendars, and that's how you kind of like stand it somewhere and it'll look pretty. So you can make one with me, but I would love it if you went to the competition. I'm just looking for some more engagement. When I started the channel, you know, one of my aims was to make connections with people and make a two-way connection. So say hello, please. That would be nice. Yeah. So that's the advent calendar. That's an avalanche of craft supplies. And that is covered paper clips. Simple and easy. Very beginner can do it, and they just look really good. Make nice presents. They make nice presents if to give to somebody who's not a junk journaler. They're just a nice thing. They could be used as bookmarks. Yeah, enjoy. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. Please do the things that help my little channel grow. That's like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell, and share. All those little YouTube things that help my channel. I'm really enjoying it, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what. I have a list that I review. It might be working. I fancy doing a page, doing a spread, because I've got a couple of journals on the go that I would like to work in. So it'll probably be that. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.